point that you made. You just look at the global effort to combat the debilitating impact of climate change. The Sustainable Development Goals, as you said, of course, we are far behind the target. I had the privilege to meet UN Secretary General on the sidelines of the G20 summit, and he was very categorical that climate change is running much faster than we are. And the global community, despite all the commitments that were made in the Paris Climate Conference and then also in the SDG summit that was held in the UN headquarters, those commitments are not being kept. Now, the outcome is not only limited to disasters. I just want to share one important fact with you. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research has prepared a report that in the wheat growing period in India, that is between January to March, the average increase in temperature in next 15 years is expected to be around 2 degrees Celsius. And the report says that if that happens actually on the ground, the wheat production is expected to decline by 5 to 7%. Now, this is something very, very significant in the context also of the food security challenges that India will face because the population is rising. We do know there is a free food scheme which is in force since the COVID period, March 2020, almost 5 years now. And the number of people who are dependent on free food grain scheme, of course, is very, very high. So the challenges are not only on the front of the losses that we are incurring from disasters, but even the food economy is expected to be affected more and more at a time when the population would have increased much far more in next 15 years. So the question that you asked, the answer is, of course, there is a lack of commitment. The second is the role of state government is very, very crucial. We do talk to government officials and they say that the center alone can't fight this battle. But what are the states doing on the ground to actually address these challenges of climate change, of the impact of changes in the weather pattern, on the cropping pattern in states? There is not much active, serious action happening on the ground. In Uttar Pradesh, I've done ground reports where farmers would say that nobody comes to us to talk to us about the losses that we have to incur because of unseasonal hailstorm at some time, and then the temperature rose, I think, in February 2022, which actually had a very bad impact on the wheat crop. So I think the challenge is becoming more complex, and the commitments that nations have made at the global level that they don't seem to be working hard, and that is the reason why every summer we hear is the hottest summer ever recorded on Earth. And 2025, of course, will not be any different from 2023 and 2024. So the challenge is growing. We all know where the problem lies. But as you said, there is a problem of commitment, especially by on the part of the big developed nations like US, for instance. And I remember when Trump won the elections, when I interviewed environment experts here, there was a lot of disappointment in terms of the kind of policies we know that Trump has been pushing for, especially the coal-based energy sources, etc. So I think this is a big challenge, and we need to keep
Yes.
brainstorming and sensitizing the society that a lot more